closed it to start it again, and it said, yeah, two of them were already there. Okay. Please wait. All right, folks. Welcome to Collaboration Conversations. I am your host, Regina Partain Bergman, and I am CEO, and I'm multitasking and not doing a really good job of that. CEO of Bridgeport Strategy and co-founder of the CEO Holy Grail. Hopefully we got all of that in there. And I am delighted to welcome my guest co-host today. I got to watch him do a live event recently, and it was just the most fun thing that I think I've ever done in terms of live events. So I want you all to meet Lion Fludd. Welcome, Lion.
Hey, thank you so very much, everyone. And if you put a smile on your face, then I did my job. That's what it was all about.
It definitely put a smile on my face and everyone else that was in the room. So thank you. Lion, would you please share with us a bit about about what you do, your journey getting to this place, who you serve, and why that's important to you?
Yeah. So first, I am a father, husband, and I'm also a retired Marine vet, Ura Devil Dogs. For whatever reason, we have to say Ura Devil Dogs every time we say Marine Corps, Ura Devil Dogs. I don't know, it's ingrained in us. But my wife and I, we have four kids, with the youngest being 11 that lives home with us, and we have eight grandkids. So we're forever in the store purchasing something each month, birthday, holidays, whatever it is. So that's who I am beyond the business and so forth. Business wise, I run the back end for virtual events, right? I host virtual events for small to medium sized companies just to help them be seen more. Someone who does not want to deal with the tech, we create the visuals. And I like to say simply, we create an experience in a virtual world.
And you do. Awesome. So, Lion, would you please introduce our guests, our guest panelists, have them share a bit about their journey and who they serve and why that's important to them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really ecstatic, first off, to be kind of introducing to powerhouses here. One, because I've worked with both of them personally, and two, my motto in my life and my business is I strive for excellence. I don't strive for money, right? And I want to be surrounded with people with that similar mentality, right? They just strive for excellence, and both of these ladies do that. And so I want to introduce, and then I'll let them do the same. But Beth Ann Campbell, thirsty professional, and then we have Heather Black as well. And Heather is from, well, not from, but she's from South Carolina, where I live now, and I'm from. And we both lived in Las Vegas, and she's there now. So I'll pass the mic and let them kind of. Is that what we're doing? Passing the mic so they can introduce themselves as well, or coming back to you? I'll let you do this.
Yeah,
This is your
yes,
role here.
yes, yes. So you'll call on each of them to share about their journey, who they serve, and why.
Yeah. So let's start off with Beth Ann Campbell. Would you please step to the mic, let the world know who you are and who you serve and what's going on in your space?
Thank you, Lion. I'm happy to be here. I am not too far from South Carolina. I'm in Virginia in the States, a Michigander by birth, if any Michiganders are out there. I am a former queen of corporate tech. I was there for 23 years, and then I traded in my tiara, or probably it was more stripped from me. Got laid off a couple years ago, and I decided to pick up a pen and a microphone, which I'd already been kind of doing on the side. And now I am an award winning author. I host a live podcast where my guests and I grab a cuppa, we ditch the BS, and we get real about our careers and our purpose and our passion. So I am living the dream. And I will say my entire career from corporate to entrepreneur, a little crazy period in between, and then writer podcaster has really been all about using my voice for others. So I speak out, I lean in, I like to be transparent as much as we legally and ethically can. And I like to foster or create situations where it is safe to be our authentic selves and to share our passion and our wisdom. And that's what I do with my podcast and with my writing. So that's a little bit about me. I'm so excited to be here. This is kind of like a family reunion because I know both Heather and Lion. They've both been on my podcast. So this is going to be a fun one. Back to you, Lion or Heather.
I'll just jump in, Lion. That's fine. I don't have any problem being assertive like that. I'll just take the mic. It's fine. So my name is Heather Black, and as Lion mentioned, I am a spicy Carolina girl who happens to live in Las Vegas. Someday maybe I'll get back to the East Coast where there's trees and green and water and humidity. But who knows what the future holds, but I am a stage-driven visibility strategist. And I came to that through this kind of roundabout way. I'll give you the Cliff Note version. 22, 23 years sitting in the seat of the meeting planner. And God kept telling me I needed to start my own business. I said, no, thank you. But thank you, no. But he was very serious about it. And I had an interaction with a keynote speaker whose talk literally changed my life and encouraged me to follow that nudge. And I did. And so I started my business thinking I would just help people plan events and manage their speaking engagements. And it's actually turned into something much bigger than that. The thing that I have found that most of my clients are missing is clear strategies, a way to manage all the details and be profitable with what they're doing in their businesses. So I serve kingdompreneurs, visionary CEOs, those people that have that much higher message. They're looking to make some sort of change in the world and they want to get their message out there. And I help them implement a repeatable system so they can do that without overwhelm or burnout. So that's what I do.
So great, so great. Thank you both for sharing. Regina, let us know the path we're going and we are going to follow.
All right. Well, I am excited to learn from the three of you, and I know our listeners are as well. And this truly is a learning platform, if you will, because our guests always share so much knowledge and wisdom. So obviously, in the careers that the three of you have carved out for yourselves, there has to be some collaboration going on for you, right? I love what Beth Ann talked about using her voice for others, about creating situations to be authentic. And to me, that using your voice for others and to help others, that really kind of gets to the root of some of collaboration, right? How do we help others achieve what they need to achieve? So as you think about your own journeys, what have been some of the things that you've done to collaborate to raise the tide, if you will? The old expression, all boats rise with the rising tide. What are some of the things that you've done to raise the tide so that everybody excels and everybody achieves more? And just feel free to jump in.
Sure. So I'll start taking that mic back from you, Heather, for a second. Keep passing. I love that. It's like I'm not afraid to take the mic. For me, one of the things that I would say is when I first started, and I kind of mentioned this to others, is let go of fear. Fear and
Oops, you got muted, Lion.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Okay, one of you ladies want to
Okay.
take it? Okay,
Well,
Beth Ann.
yeah, let's go on
We're
there.
having a little bit of technical difficulties
Yeah.
today, folks, but that's what happens when you do something live, and we're good with it.
Well, I love what Lion said in his intro about the money. Not that I'm downplaying money, but that's always been, if you're not following your passion, and I feel like all the things that I mentioned about speaking out and holding creating situations to foster authenticity, that's kind of part of my passion too. And If I make money on it, great. Otherwise, I'm just happy. So, I've always been a speaker outer, and I recognized very early on that there are a lot of people who can't speak out for themselves, or they don't know how to speak out for themselves. And I know Heather deals with this too, like people that just don't know whatever it is. Either confidence, or I just don't know all of the things about how to even do this. So that's kind of been at the backbone of a lot of the things that I've done. So I have a podcast. It's a live podcast, and I made a decision when I started this, which has just almost been a year, that I wanted to get back to being authentic. I wanted to get my edge back. I didn't want to be salesy. I didn't want to be boring. And I wanted a platform to bring interesting, wise, fun people who had a lot of great things to say about their journey and about what they do, and to it's sometimes to hold space for them, because I've had a few guests on that have had some pretty harrowing journeys. So for me, it's what can I do? How can I use what I'm good at to bring other people in and to help them share their wisdom and their experience in a real, in it's overused, but authentic way, where it's people don't look at it as, oh, it's just I'm getting a sales pitch, you're trying to sell me a car. They just are hearing the wisdom, they're hearing the journey, and they're moved by it or inspired by it. So I use what I'm good at. I'm good at speaking, and I'm good at just conversing with people and leading people and picking out things, probably very much like you, Regina, where you're picking out things that people are talking about and going down a path that maybe you didn't expect to go. So that's how I like to use my assets of being able to speak out and having some confidence to help others have that voice as well.
I love that.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, and I'll just piggyback on that because in my business, yes, profitability is a piece of what we do, because as a business owner, if you're using the power of your voice, you need to know that that is creating some sort of income in your business, because otherwise we're spending a lot of time on things that aren't moving the needle. But our primary focus is the impact that my clients are looking to make. When we start diving into their why, it's about what is the change that you want to see your audience make, and why does it matter, and what happens if they don't make this change? Where do they stay stuck? Because at the end of the day, we're here and our voices impact lives, and I want to see my clients be able to do that. And a lot of times they're doing a lot of things that are not moving the needle. There's a lot of noise out there about how to get on stages and how to host events and what you can do with them, and a lot of it, from someone who's sat in the seat for 20 plus years, is not accurate information. So I tell my clients straight up, I'm going to tell you things that other people are not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you to do things they're going to tell you not to do, and I'm going to tell you not to do things that they're going to tell you to do. Right? Because
Right.
I'm telling you from the seat, and there's just a lot of noise, but our voices have power. Our messages need to be heard, and I'm all about helping people get out there to do that. And collaboration, I mean, it's in my business name. My business is Phoenix Collaborations, because I sign every email with Rising Together, because we
Love
rise
it.
together. We are so much better together than we are apart. We're not competing. There's plenty for everybody. And so the more we can collaborate, the more we can be heard, the more lives that we can touch. I'm on a mission to impact over 1 million lives, one client at a time. So the more people we touch, the more likely that is to happen.
I love
Oh,
that.
so powerful. Is my mic back on now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So first off, for everyone who's watching this, you got to understand, as being the male on the panel here, it seems as though none of the issues for the audio stuff happened until I came in. So as a man coming into a woman's world, I'm messing things up. No, I'm kidding. Oh man. If if there's an event and it's not fun, don't invite me. I'm going to have fun. I have to. But I was starting to say that fear is one of the things I tell people to let go of, right? In this collaborative format. They're afraid usually that if I collaborate with someone, I'm not going to make as much money. I'm not going to get people to come to my event, buy from me, and so forth. And I jokingly say this sometimes to people, if you've ever noticed, there was a period in music where just artists would just sing. Then there was a moment where artists started bringing another artist onto their records, and they would sing or rap or whatever, and then their songs exploded because they reached another type of audience, right? And now almost every song you hear has two different artists somewhere in there. So if you're going to work to collaborate with someone, number one, you also want to do it with someone who's like-minded, but don't be afraid that you're not going to make the effort, the money, or whatever comes, because it will come as long as you project that confidence. So that's what I like to think about in that collaborative format.
Excellent. So, as you were all talking about that and your passion comes across so clearly, I'd like you to take a moment to kind of maybe do a subtopic here of collaboration, which is if people haven't figured out what their passion is yet, how do they go about that? How do they figure that out so that they can work in that passion field and impact the lives? And I love your goal, Heather, of 1 million lives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would you mind me jumping in first here
Go
with this
for
one?
it.
Go for it.
All right. So I am going to actually share a.
Oh,
Oh, we lost you
Lost
again.
you again.
You got a couple of words and then you went away.
Heather, go for it. You jump in first this time.
yeah, I think that when it comes to finding your passion, I I tell people all the time, just try different things, figure out, but really pay attention to what lights you up. What did you just do, whether it's in your personal life, your business, your job, your career, whatever it is that you walked away with and you were so hyped up and energized, that's going to be the path to follow to find your true passion. And it might take some trying some different things and experimenting a little bit, but don't be afraid to try it because, oh, I might not be good at it. Well, guess what? The first time you do it, you're probably not going to be good at it. Okay. Michael Phelps probably didn't swim too well the first time he got in the pool, but he kept going and kept going. Right. So just keep going on that path, but really pay attention to the things that really get you excited, that light you up, that bring you energy. If it's draining your energy, that is not your passion.
Excellent.
Amen to that. I would say absolutely everything that you just said. I love that what you said about what lights you up. And I think it's also for people out there who aren't sure, it's also what doesn't light you up.
Hmm.
So I'm a writer, a book author. I'm just about to publish my first novel. I'm so excited. And I'm in a lot of author writer forums. And the other day, a young woman came in and she said, and she put a post out and she said, I'm just so frustrated because people keep telling me I have to reread and reread my book, and I've already done it 3 or 4 times and I just can't do it anymore. And I was looking at my plan. I kind of wrote out a little plan for her, and I thought I'm like on number 10 of my rereads and proofreads and third parties and selfs and proofs. And so I sent her a little note and I said, very gently and very positively, if this is not your passion, if you don't have the passion to do, these few extra steps that I've suggested, that, that's part of being an author, then maybe it's not your passion and it's okay to let it go. So I think it's equally important to identify what lights you up, but what doesn't light you up. And if you're trying to do something and you don't like doing it, and I mean, there's always a part of something that everybody doesn't like. I don't love the whole process of writing and publishing a book, but the overall, it's fulfills me. I do it every day. And I gave up a career in making a lot of steady money to do this. So if it's something that you can do and it lights you up, then that's a good path to explore. But if it's something that's not lighting you up and you somehow think, well, I'm supposed to like this, or I'm supposed to do this,
Yeah.
get rid of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Just do what makes your heart sing, and you will find success in that path.
Love it.
Nope.
Yep.
We need to
Mr.
establish
Lion. Can I use that trick on my husband where I could just get him to mute? Sorry, I'm just kidding, honey. Love you.
Oh,
Yeah,
This is such a funny thing.
there you
Okay,
go.
this is such a funny thing. Am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yes. Okay, look at this. Okay. This is going to be a memory and a story for all of us, right? We're going to be telling this kind of stuff one day to someone who's afraid of going through an event. We're going to be like, we fought through an event so that you could get on. Audio problems. So my heart was singing Hamilton as you were talking about that, Beth. So look, it's an inside thing for her. Here is
Well,
We lost you again. That's so
in New York, you can
bizarre.
be a good man or new man. So there you go. We lost you, Lion. We lost you.
I will just say if you feel like you're supposed to Beth Ann's point, like ask who said supposed to? Who said you're supposed to be this?
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of society things that tell us we're supposed to be something. And in most cases, that's not what we're supposed to be.
testing.
You're there.
Okay,
Got your back.
I just switched microphones. I'm going to talk a little louder. So thank you for sharing that. My heart was singing Hamilton is what I said earlier, right? And here's a an actual thing you can implement right away. Anyone watching or listening to this. Passion can change, right? We want to do different things. Each time you change or love or something, like for that young person you were talking about with the book, I always say the streets are not made for everyone. That's why they have sidewalks. Right? Being a business owner is not meant for everyone. If you can't handle all of the things that come with it. But here's a way that can help you out. It's going to be hard because it's going to require you to actually really not think. You're going to take some post-it notes. You're going to set your clock on your phone or whatever it is, 2 minutes. Then you are going to write down everything that comes to your mind that you are passionate about and love for 2 minutes. Then you take those post-it notes, put it up on a mirror in your home. Set your clock to 30 seconds. And in that 30 seconds, you're going to take down everything that does not make your heart sing. Whatever is left, you have now narrowed it down to what does make your heart sing. So you can see yourself in that moment taking away the dreams, taking away the passion, taking away the love of something. And you're only left with you in that mirror and the things that you actually like to do.
I think
Love
that's
that.
such a great tip, Lion. And I've done similar exercises. I did one with Chat GPT. So I do use for analysis. I use AI, and I just brainstormed like 9 pages of this is about me. This is what I do. This is what I love. This is what I don't love. Here's what I did in my career and what I liked about it. Here's what I didn't like. All of this stuff. And I said, tell me what is my zone of genius? And it gave me some really good inspiration ideas to kind of explore. So maybe that would be something for someone to do. And I've also, I'm aging my Gen X self here, but I've also done Venn diagrams in Canva or wherever where I just, go, okay, what do I really love? Humor. I love speaking and I love, this. And then where do they overlap? And some of it's really an
Great
interesting
idea.
visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those are great ideas. I was going to ask about journaling, if any of you have used journaling to help you get to that place of release, really seeing that passion at all. But Lion's a no
A
on
little
that.
bit. A little
Heather?
bit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've done it a little bit, because they tell you should. So, yeah, so
Who's
I've
they?
tried it.
Who's they?
Yeah, who's
Who's
they,
they?
right?
Yeah.
But and it's not really my jam. But if that is your jam, if you're a person that journals, if you're a person that writes things
Yeah.
down, that might be a great way to get to that source,
Yeah.
of what your passion is.
Journaling has worked for me in terms of that's where I receive answers is when I'm writing in my journal. So I may put my questions in that journal, but then over time, that's where I get the answers a lot of times very clearly as I'm doing my journaling. Um,
Yeah.
and
And
it's a good tool. Oh, go ahead, Heather, please.
there's nothing wrong with asking for help, asking your
Yeah.
friends, asking your family. Sometimes we get scared to ask for help, right? Because we don't want to look like we don't know what my
Yeah.
passion is. I'm supposed to know that, right? But sometimes it's okay, and it's okay to hire. I did a session with a coach yesterday, and she didn't really tell me anything. She just asked me questions, and I found the answers within myself.
There you
So it's
go.
totally okay to ask for help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as just thinking what would be another avenue for us to explore here.
Well, Well, could I just if I could
Please,
say
Beth.
something, Regina? Yeah,
Yes.
I want to for anybody who out there who might be listening and watching too. I want people to not be afraid of collaboration because
Yeah.
think sometimes people think of the word collaboration and they think, well, certainly from my corporate past, if I hear collaboration, I'm thinking, oh, so you mean a year-long project that you're going to give me an arbitrary deadline, not enough budget, not enough staff. That's what I think. And it translates, right? And I think sometimes people think, well, a collaboration, I don't mean, what can I offer? It's huge. That's like a collaboration's a big thing. Collaborations can be very small or moderate that have great impact. I mean, I've had both Lion and Heather on my podcast. I've been on Lion's podcast. I'm about to reach out to Heather for some help from what she does. She doesn't even know this yet, but I have it on my list of like, when get this book out of the way and then talk to Heather about speaking. So I think people don't understand maybe, or they have a perception about collaboration that it has to be something huge. It can be something as simple as, let's share testimonials. I've worked with you and you've worked with me. Let's share a testimonial. Let's swap podcasts. I am just right now an author and a podcaster. It's amazing. It's the best thing in the world, but I'm not out there with some huge program making multi-million dollars. I'm just and sometimes I feel like a little bit of a fish out of water in these environments where people are offering services and they've got it all together. And I'm like, well, I'm a podcaster and I'm a little sweary and sarcastic. And I write paranormal mystery novels, but I collaborate with all of these people. I bring them on my podcast. I'm here today. And so anybody out there who thinks that collaboration has to be this massive major effort, it does not. It can be very, very, there are many things that you have in your heart and soul and your repertoire that you can offer. And so just maybe explore some of those as well, because it's so many
Love that.
things.
I love that.
Preach, Beth Ann, preach. Amen.
Yeah.
And I want to touch back a little bit to something Heather said in a second, that I found, even in the collaborative format or just in general, people, for whatever reason, they don't understand that no successful person, I don't care who they are, they've made it to the plateau where they're at by themselves. They've always got someone in the room assisting them, helping them, brainstorming. And it seems that people want to just make it in this virtual space, if their business or product or services in a virtual space, by themselves. They don't ask for help. I.e., I was in a networking mindstorming group, and there's a gentleman who's asking about YouTube. How do I gain more subscribers? I was like, hey, I'm monetized. I gain subscribers and I gain watch time hours to be able to make money. Hey, let's talk and meet. 6 months, 8 months goes by, he never meets. And we keep seeing each other in the same meeting. So it's not like he's not there. Hey, I'm here. And then eventually he just said, I gave up. Because I don't get into his mind, shame, fear, whatever it is. He didn't reach out just to say, hey, can you share some ideas of how you got monetized? How did you get those subscribers? And I see so many people burn out because they don't want to join forces with other people. Right? Captain Planet said, when our powers combine, right, Voltron, I'm aging myself, Voltron. So don't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah, I think that's really important because I'm always thinking, when I think about collaborations, I'm always thinking of what can I do for you? But equally important is that asking for that help. So it's a two-sided coin there for sure. Being willing to speak up.
Yeah, and be willing to help for what you know, right? We all know things, and I love what Lion said, because a lot of times people give up, and sometimes my clients come to me and they're like, I've done this and I've done this and I've done this and it's not working and I don't understand and there's something wrong with me, and it's not you. A lot of times it really is that you just have a piece that you don't. And I even had a call this week with a woman and I was giving her some tips. It was just a quick consult call. And she was like, oh my God, you're my missing piece. You're the thing I didn't know. Right.
Love
And
it.
so, yeah. And it's really, we don't, I know words. I do speak English and I also speak gibberish. Welcome to the gibberish show. What we don't know is what will trip us up every time. And that is what
Yeah.
where we spend the most time and money. So what you don't know, ask. Just ask.
And a lot of times it's a case of we don't even know what to ask. When we don't know what we don't know, we don't even realize what the question is to ask.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
we're afraid, like Lion
Or
talked
we're
about the
afraid.
fear. But you know what? If
Absolutely.
somebody, the fear, think of the worst case scenario. If somebody just comes back and says, "Yeah, no, I can't help you," no, you know, it's not going to be anything horrible. Okay, then they're not your
Yeah.
people. They're not that person to help
Yeah.
you. So move on. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's okay to say, I don't even know what to ask, but this is what I'm doing. Is there anything that
Yes.
you think I should do differently? Because I've been there. I don't
Yes.
know what to ask. I don't know why this isn't working.
Yeah. And to both of your points, it's also okay to say, do you have somebody you could refer me to?
Yep.
You know, maybe you are
Yeah.
not the source to help me, but you know somebody else who does, who can
Yep.
do what I need. Yeah. Lion?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when we sit back and we think about it, just simplistic, what is the goal that we're trying to do? Because I said this in a podcast interview recently where someone was talking about the business. I said, are you a business owner or do you just have an expensive hobby? Right? If you're a business owner, you're going to do the things that you need to do to make your business grow. And you may not want to get kind of that Dan talked about $1 million, right? You may be comfortable with just making X amount of dollars. That's fine. But is it just a hobby that you're dabbling? If that's the case, then you're not going to do the work to be able to make your business grow. I was in a one-on-one meeting the other day. Someone was like, so I'm gonna have to get on camera and I'm gonna have to learn scripts. And wow, it seems like a lot of work to be able to do that. I said, well, you're gonna put in a lot of work anyways, whether you do this or not. So why not put in a lot of work with the hopes of some progression, right? If you keep doing it by yourself, you're gonna put in a lot of work. So I said, you're on camera now, aren't you talking to me? Yeah. You're talking about a script or talking naturally. Yeah. So what's the difference if you're doing it in a webinar or in another event? I would be afraid. Then you may belong on the sidewalk, right? You may not belong in the streets where the business is on. And that's okay
And that's
to
okay.
reevaluate, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to stay in that same position. Reevaluate and move on to something else.
You remind me of a conversation years ago of somebody talking about wanting to go to medical school, but oh, I'm going to be 30 years old when I finish, kind of a thing. Well, you're going to be 30 years old anyway. Why not go get the degree? Why not get
That's
what
right.
you want?
Yeah, I think that
Excellent.
if you find yourself going, oh, it's just going to be so much work, then that's probably not your passion, right? That's probably not where
Yeah,
you need to be,
probably not the passion.
because you have to do the work.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. While what you are passionate about energizes you, there are going to be some aspects that are tedious.
Yeah.
No matter what career no matter what you're doing, there are some things that are just going to be a bit more tedious than you'd like to deal with. Possibly you can outsource them. If it's something you need to continue doing, recognize that it's only one aspect and that you still get this great energy when you're doing the other parts of it. And I think that's I think maybe it was you, Beth. I'm not sure who said it, but I think that's one of the ways you truly know that it's your passion is when your energy level's so high when you come off of that call or out of that experience. That, yeah, I mean, you could literally walk on clouds, you're just
Oh,
flying high.
100%. You know what? There have been times that I want to take my proof book and just chuck it across the room, and I'm done with it. How can I have more edits? It's not possible, and I'm trying to format, and the headers won't work, and
Yeah.
whatever. But I still love it, and I still go back to it, and I think that's the sign. That was the sign for me that, you know what? Don't go back to corporate, because this is what you love, and you will still do it even knowing that you have to do those
Yeah,
things that you
those
don't really
things.
care to do, that aren't your passion, but something is strong enough that keeps you there.
Yeah. And you weren't getting that high in the corporate.
Oh gosh, no. That's a whole other episode, Regina.
That's the happy hour episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need some drinks for that one.
The lion's
Something
ready
stronger.
to go. Folks, this has been great. You've added a lot of value to our conversation here. let's go ahead and move into our wrap up round. And Lion, we're gonna we're gonna have you on mic again. I want
Okay.
you to run the wrap up round, calling on both of the gals and yourself for your final thoughts on collaboration as well as your contact information. And while you're all
Yeah.
doing that, I'll pop your contact information into the public chat for you. Okay. So take it away, Lion.
Perfect. So I'm going to start with Heather here, just to ensure that my microphone kind of lasts through these last moments. So Heather, please take a moment, tell the listeners, the viewers, what it is that you want to share with them to inspire them to whatever your final words are, and then we'll shift over to Beth.
Yeah, I think that there is true power in collaborations, and it doesn't have to be, to Beth Ann's point, a massive project. It can be something small. We are better together, and definitely just put yourself out there. Just ask somebody, that you met a networking event. Hey, how can we collaborate? If you don't know, ask, how can we collaborate? Because I really like what you're doing. And just put yourself out there and do it, because the impact that you create when you do that can literally change the world. So collaborate, make changes in the world, and let's just all make the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now, Beth Ann, please share yours and all your contact information, and Heather keeps things well afterwards. But make sure people know where to find you as well.
Yeah, so I'll start off with that. I am on LinkedIn. I am Beth Ann Campbell. You cannot miss me. I am wearing a different steampunk hat, but it's Beth Ann with an E Campbell. And I'm also, you can go to my website, bethancampbell.com. Again, if there's an E on Ann, so Beth Ann Campbell, all one word, and all of my links to social media are there as well. And I would just echo what we've talked about before. Number one, don't be afraid of collaboration. It does not have to be anything major. And when you collaborate with somebody in a way that feels real, it feels right, and it, even as small as you may think that it is, that thread just continues. I have countless examples of collaborating with people, and then they think of you. I mean, Lion thought of me because we've collaborated on a few things, right? So you think of somebody, and then it could be a year from now, it could be 3 years from now, and somebody's going to think of you. So just remember that it's the gift that keeps on giving. So be yourself, find your passion, use your passion to collaborate in big ways and small. And as Heather said, let's make the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds like some lyrics to a song I might have heard once or twice.
Yes.
Well, make it a better place. Oh, I don't know if we got song rights to that, Michael Jackson. Heather, take a moment. I don't know if I heard you say where people can find you and so forth. Take a few moments of that, and then I'll come back.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I did not. I am on LinkedIn. My website's phoenixcollaborations.com. It's long, but it's all one word together. All of my social media links are there, but I spend most of my time on LinkedIn. And my email is in the chat, and you can reach me through my website on email as well. So just follow along on the journey. And if there's a way that we can collaborate, I invite you to reach out and ask me to collaborate with you, because I am very passionate about collaborations.
Awesome.
Yes, love it. Thank you for that. Myself, it is vibenar.com. It's like a webinar, except we add a little vibe to it. Get it? Webinar. I just made that up, people. That's that insanely crazy brain of mine. But my final wrap up words to people out there who are listening and watching is start ugly, but just start. You don't have to have it perfect. You're going to spend so many times trying to make it perfect, and it's going to maybe wear you out a little bit. Just start ugly, and then find some companions, community, someone in this space. Because if you are in a virtual world and building your business, building whatever you're doing, it's lonely at the top.
Yeah.
It's lonelier at the laptop. If you are behind this computer screen, you're wearing all of the hats. Take a break, network with a purpose, learn how to do it. And so I want to just kind of end it with collaboration doesn't mean you have to give up every part of what you're doing. It could be like that. Then start talking about something small. Just let me help with your podcast, or I want to invite you to let me create a background or use ChatGPT to create a analysis of your business, just so I can learn something like that. Right? You can collaborate in different manners. It doesn't have to be long term, right? It can be short term. So just start ugly, but start. Then you could put makeup on later, right? But just start. That's my end to my wrap up. You can find me at 5.0.com. If you're looking for any kind of virtual events, I host and run them behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. And it took me a while to get here, right? I wasn't this suave when I first got on camera, but I kept going, kept going. And, I'm here now. So thank you for this, Regina, and I'll pass the mic back to you. Let's hear what you got.
And we've just been joined by Heidi. We're laughing, Heidi, because we were just doing the wrap up. But would you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do, please.
Thank you for Google for getting that one wrong for me.
I'm so sorry.
Blame the time change, Heidi.
Yes, there you go. Blame the
No,
time.
it was. That's when it went in my calendar.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
I am so sorry, guys. No, ignore me. Let me just hang.
You're
with
fine. Introduce yourself, please.
Oh, hi. I am a business relationship strategist, and what I do is help people have better conversations online. And it's all because, people don't refer followers, they refer relationships. So I help people build those relationships. So that's a quickie about me.
Fantastic.
I'm still so
Fantastic.
sorry, guys.
Sounds like a whole lot of collaboration going on there.
It is. Lion, I let you down, man. You invited me. Sorry. Thank you, Regina.
Well, you know what? Lions, what is the trash and treasured saying? Not that you're trash, but Heidi, Regina has so graciously invited Heather and I to be co-hosts. So, and of course, you're always at the top of my list. So
you'll be back. You'll be
as
back.
long as
So
Regina
we'll get you back.
As long as Regina trusts I can make it on time next time.
We won't have the time change issue to deal with, or Regina being late on getting information out to you. I wanted to address something that Lion said, though, and that we've been talking about these last few minutes about asking for help. And many of us, that is difficult. We're so self-sufficient, so we can take care of ourselves, we can do all of this. And years ago, I remember being taught this lesson, that when we don't allow others to help us, we deny them the blessings that they get for helping. And that has helped me to step outside of my comfort zone and ask for help at times. Am I still stubborn about it at times? Absolutely. It's something I will probably be working on and as long as I live. But it does help knowing that, okay, this is a two-way street. It's, that they need those blessings from being able to collaborate to help others to rise as well. And that I'm denying that if I don't speak up. So just kind of a last thought there. This has been great. And I look forward to having each of you back as a guest co-host. And Lion, I'm so sorry we had technical issues today.
Part of it, it's going to happen, but one of the great things that this shows, and I tell people always find some silver linings in something, is that even if you have tech issues like this, we still had a blast, right? We didn't let it deter us and say, oh, stop it, let's do this another time. We're like, let's push forward, it'll resolve itself, but we're going to have a story to tell maybe a potential client, right? Or something down the line. We did an event with audio did this, but we kept going. So what is your excuse?
We figured out a way to make it work, didn't we?
Yes.
So thank you all for being here. Thank you for being guest co-host, Lion. And thank you to our viewers. And we hope you'll come back and join us again on Collaboration Conversations. Bye for now. All right, everything's turned off.
Awesome.
I'm so sorry, guys. My calendar.
It's all right.
Oh, I
It's all
lied. I
good,
should have
Heidi.
confirmed earlier, but I guess I had it in there. But I thought I had it right. I've been managing them so well for 2 weeks.
But you know what? I'm glad you're here, Heidi, because you are a
Oh,
great
good.
example of what you just said, Regina, about reaching out and giving that person. Because Heidi was one of those
Did my
people.
thing go out?
What's that?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I think your speaker maybe went off or something. So Heidi, I've known Heidi for like, I don't know, since before the pandemic, and I kind of semi-lurked her on social media, and she was doing her thing then, and she was, putting out these great posts and stuff, and I would interact a little bit. And I was in corporate, and then at one point I just was like, I corporate was just bad, and I just wanted to get out of it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so I sent Heidi, I was really not even in her realm of what she was focusing on at the time. And I just sent her a private message, and I said, look, I know this is not your thing, but can you please help me? So we ended up, having this, in that case, it was coaching, but it birthed a friendship that has lasted for these 6 years, where we've had
Awesome.
many collaborations and webinars and podcasts and little stuff, and we have a call a couple times a month. So I think it's
Fantastic.
such an important point about just ask and give somebody
just
the
ask.
opportunity to say, look, okay, yeah, I could do this.
Yep.
This will help me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
true.
good.
I'm
Excellent.
blessed. I'm blessed to have all of you. I know, Regina, I don't know you yet. I happen to know the other three. But I can tell you're someone I definitely want to know closer.
Well,
You're just
I
bubbly.
agree. I want to know you better as well.
But
So
yeah, isn't it blessed? Just so much how the internet and social media has brought us together. I know a lot
isn't
of
it
times
though?
people are very frustrated with it right now, but
Yeah.
none of us would know each other without it.
Right.
Mhm.
And I
True.
always say that,
Yeah.
as bad as COVID was, one of the good things that came out of it was our global connections. We
Yes.
expanded our horizons dramatically in the internet world. Not in the physical world, we pulled back, but here we managed to cross boundaries all over the place, and cross borders. And I love that. There are people, I mean, I've never been to Africa, but I know a whole bunch of people in Africa, that I wouldn't have known if we couldn't do all of this. So yeah, I love it. I appreciate y'all so much. Ladies, you are all invited to be a guest co-host. You, as a guest co-host, get to invite up to 5 people to join us for the conversation. I will be sending out an email that will have the link to this so that you can use it in your marketing any way you'd like. And there will also be a link to my calendar to hop on a quick call to schedule your show. Okay, because I can't just give you a link to book it because it has to be scheduled certain times, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
Lion,
Thank you,
thank
Regina.
you again.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
you
you
so
all.
much.
Yeah, much appreciation. Thank you, everyone. Keep rocking out there.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all
Yes,
have a good
ditto.
weekend.
All right. Have a great
you too.
day and a great weekend.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Great weekend.